As always, great conversations with the guys in the studio talking about Jude Bellingham thoroughly and the problems that he's been having with the officials in La Liga, and then Mo Salah's contract situation and the enigma that is Manchester United. And now we're going to move into a topic that I think Firzi, Aldi, and Kiko would like to discuss further about the struggles of our young side, the under-20 squad under Indra Shafri, not getting any wins in their 3 matches in the Group C, so-called Group of Death, with Iran under-20 and then Yemen under-20. And Uzbekistan, the defending champions, that we held to a scoreless draw in the last edition of the Asia Cup under-20 as the host as well, Uzbekistan. It was a 0-0, a very tight and very interesting match way back when. But now, failing to qualify with only a point and then scoring only a goal from Raven. The struggles is there, no cohesiveness of play, short of ideas, lackluster, training camp, a lot of training camps, either here or abroad. But the connectivity between players is not seen, Firzi. In that opening match, we struggle. This is 2025, and we are still talking about physicality and height, which is so problematic because height and physicality, you can train the players to react faster, to be stronger physically. And this is something that is not supposed to be spoken of, the problems with height, because we can see even players like Bobby Deco defending a corner very well at the weekend. It was a pressure situation against Arsenal, and he did very well in winning a header as the smallest player on the pitch right that moment. So we talk about this struggles in trying to get higher players in terms of height. It doesn't make any sense. So what you have to do is you have to train the players to react quicker, and in that, I don't know, it's either or, zonal or man-to-man, in trying to react to the set piece situation. It's problematic, it's horrendous, and it's unfair to put pressure on the young players.
Sure.
So where do we have to put the blame on?
When we're talking, I don't know where to start. But if we want to start at the very beginning, Coach Indra
Once upon a time,
once upon a time, Coach
in a galaxy
Indra
far, far away,
inherited this squad.
Fiercely stated.
He said, on his statement after the game, he said that he inherited this squad a year ago, and in that year time, he got that training session at Como. The training camp in Italy, and he went to the Toulon tournament, and he went to Japan, and he went to South Korea, where he defeated Argentina.
The Z side.
Not even the B side. Not even the B side.
Not even the D.
But he
spoke to
Kluivert about their win, and he spoke to the media about that win. He's proud of that.
Coach Indra.
Coach Indra, of course, because he's beating Argentina, whatever the side they put on, the team is, it's still Argentina under 20. But he, not just him, but PSSI also came into this tournament with the higher expectations of going to the World Cup in Chile. That means finishing on top 4, semi-finalist. But we can see it from way far from the Under-20 Challenge Series that this team lacks something. I don't know what. Maybe we know all about how the team preparation and everything, even though the preparation shouldn't be a problem because this team has been preparing itself for a year. Yeah, granted, in Toulon they have Dion, they have a team, 2 players that was projected to play in this tournament, but the naturalization process was not
but
fast enough.
But if you see the game in that tournament in Toulon, I did the matches. They don't even help.
They don't even help. Seriously.
So the problem, I think, is the system of play, the identity of the team.
Yeah.
I can't figure out what system they're trying to play with, and why, if you're trying to get the best out of Arlie, for example, but you don't get the balls towards him, and then Welber Jardim playing in a strange position, but then mid-game in the first game, there is a bit of a tweak there, and he performs better, but then you change in the 55th minute, one of your best, Ahmad Zidane, was playing very well, guarding the balance of the side, and then you took him off, and then you put in someone that is more attacking, but leaves a lot of space in that back line.
Is this on the Toulon?
No, this was for the
first game.
The first game.
For the first game, Iran,
In Toulon, it was a disaster from the beginning.
From the beginning, we lost all the games. We just scored 1 and conceded 12. It's very underwhelming result, especially the optimism from Coach Indra and all of his players before the game. But we know it will be a hard tournament for us. But losing that first game and losing in the way that we lost, not just the score but also the performance, how the team apparently did not learn from the mistakes of the first game. They did it again with the crossings, how vulnerable they are to the balls deliveries from the sides, and they call on ball watching even today even against their number 18 Adel, the small player, he still can out-jump. He wins the ball with the header. And it's really worrying. It's not about physical size anymore. It's about what you said about how you mark people, about maybe how you try to stop the crosses before it went in. But against Yemen, their senior team is like 158th in the world. We should be winning that game, but in reality they created more chances than us. They created more dangerous chances. Our goalkeeper needs to be at their very best until the very end. It's supposed to be us that pressured them to the end, not the other way around. That's a lot of expectation.
Yemen has like 2 chances.
Yemen has three chances to win the game after the 85th minute.
Credit with a great double save.
Great double save, heroic goalkeeper save. It's really weird. The preparation of 1 full year of preparation, going to 3 different countries, we just doesn't see it.
So what is the problem, guys? Because the players that he chose, most of them playing very well in Liga 2 and Liga 1, playing more than 5 to 7 matches. Arlie has been consistent for PSIM Yogyakarta, scoring goals for fun. Although it's in the Liga 2, still he has that week-to-week performance that is constant. And then you look at the coaching staff, and you look at the likes of Kurniawan, Bima Sakti, great legendary players when they were playing, and now part of the coaching staff, Coach Eko as well. But how come there was no reaction on the pitch with that type of coaching staff, with Coach Indra Safri as the head of the helm? What is the problem, Ali?
Losing against Uzbekistan, the defending champion, losing against Iran, one of the best youth development in Asia. We have a different situation with them. I don't know much about Yemen, but Iran and Uzbekistan have a advanced youth development. They have in Iran they have a KIA football academy that is been included in the League 2 or League 3. So every young player from under 8 is breeded in that academy. Especially player like Mahdi Madavikia and Hadi Mahdivikia, the legend of Iran, being a coach there. And the situation is different. Also in Uzbekistan, as a defending champion, they have a advanced football pyramid with a youth development. The system is the difference. So that's something we can learn from them, because I don't see losing against those 2 teams is the end of the day. So what? We lost against Iran and Uzbek. They're a great team. They're playing in the World Cup in under 20, especially Uzbekistan. Playing
the way that we lose.
That's the point. But the way we lose, especially the way we defend in a set piece, Okay, we concede the first goal, but then we not learn from that. We play, I don't know, 50-50 or fully zonal marking on that set piece situation that we concede, and then we did it again for the second or third goal. We lost in heights. I think the Iranian coach saw that. That's why the strategy that put the early ball to the center, direct aerial to push us doing the aerial duel. But somehow good players like Kadek Ariel doesn't show, or maybe not show enough winning aerial duel because he's defending in zonal, and Iran put the ball in the players like Iqbal. That Iranian players know that if we put the ball to him, we might win the aerial duel. In SEA Games or IFF, I forgot, or mistake.
That's a different level, though.
Yeah.
Kadek Ariel,
The quality of the opponent is different.
under Indra Shafri, show really good
But the quality of
aerial duel.
the opponents are different.
Yes, but at least he doesn't show that at the first game. Yes, I know.
So the mid-game management has to be better.
The mid-game,
because the first goal was
that's
early.
from the coach side.
Yeah, the first goal went early, so mid-game management is supposed to work now.
Yeah.
You figure out the problems in defending.
Yeah.
The physicality. You have to start quicker. You have to jump faster and higher than the opponent. You have to want to win the ball in that situation to battle. And I think that is up to the coaching in that mid-game moment.
It's put on the coach, not the player. So we cannot put the blame on player for this situation, especially losing against Iran and Uzbekistan. It's the coach should know better, because we're facing the great Iran, the great Uzbekistan. They have a really good football knowledge, football implementation. They especially Uzbekistan, Iran, that doesn't allow us to moving to their box.
Yeah, that
players
high
like Doni
press,
Tri.
that high press right from Iran.
Yes,
is the problem.
The problem,
and
the
you
high
have
press
to find and figure out a solution in that
somehow
moment.
It's not easy.
But you have time to watch the game.
I believe
if you
Coach
have
Indra,
if you have your team,
Coach Bima, Coach Kurniawan looking for solution. I believe.
But you have a team that has a dossier of problems that will come up against Iran. So you have to prepare the squad in trying to deal with those problems.
Firzi said the preparation is more than enough.
But it's not enough, as we can see.
Yes.
It's not about enough or not. Is it the correct way of doing it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't catch...
even before the team left for China, and Coach Indra was talking to the media, and they prepare well for situations in game and trying to maybe not make Iran as comfortable as they are. But we've seen nothing from the team in that game against Iran. Against Uzbekistan, it's a bit better, but it was too late. And then the second half performance was not good enough in trying to retain how we performed in the first half. And then against Yemen earlier today, a team that we're supposed to take care of, a team that is far behind us, but we came up short again. And in terms of creating chances, there is enough chance there to win the game, but they lack that killer instinct. They lack that connectivity. I talked to Ramdhani and the chemistry, as we see in that match. Again, it's not that comfortable for the players to know in certain situations and try to figure out a way to hurt the opponent.
I'll say something, but I mean, I like the creativity from Marcelinus. By the way, I think he's a terrific player.
Marcelinus Amala.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but if we talk about him, then we can box him up as a individual talent. So when you're trying to get out of performance, when we're trying to get out of a situation where the team needs a cohesive performance, it's not going to work if you just gonna let him play isolations
as an individual
against 2-3 players covering up. So
I think
what is your idea?
Again, holistically, the amount of goals we scored, the amount of goals the opponent scored from headers, the scrappy goals, and everything, the containing the ball. It's just that we're not disciplined enough. Again, you mentioned about 1 year preparation. We go to there and whatever. If it's not everywhere. If it's not correct, if it's not the correct way of preparation, you can do 5 years of preparation. It's going to be the same results. I mean, 5 years from now, they're not going to play in their under 20s. But we see it now. They're not getting the ball. They're probably like 3 steps away from the dribbler. They're not closing enough. They're crowded in one spaces where they should be looking at the others as well. That's why the headers are there. That's why the zone is going on. That's what's going on with the zone. So again, it's not even mid-game preparation, mid-game management. It's before the games, before the tournament start. We should know. That's the thing we should prepare. It's not. We shouldn't be seeing the lack of ball winning, the lack of aerial duels that we have. It's just not good. But again, I mentioned about that creativity from most of them. I like that. But yeah, that's not enough. So.
Yeah, Coach Yes said that the team, the preparation of the team is his methods. They're following the timeline of the preparation according to his nasihat, his.
Advice.
They're following his advice. Yeah, the PSSI is following his advice for including the Under-20 Challenge Series because I've never seen our youth, especially our youth national team, preparing for a tournament by making a shadow tournament with the quality of players, oppositions that are comparable to the players that we're gonna face in the group to have that tournament in Sidoarjo, and we can see the problems there already in Sidoarjo, but the lack of penetration on the front, the lack of finishing, the lack of goals especially, and after what the team did, the Under-20 of the 2023 generation did when they pick up 4 points in the group stages, they didn't get past the group stages just because of it's goal difference. Of course, if we saw all that was happening under Coach Shin 2 years ago, and this, of course, it's a regression of our level. I know we want to aim better, but we also have to know the level of the players also maybe. But even though the senior national team are on its course to go to the World Cup, hopefully, maybe we don't target all the age groups to just follow that target. Maybe the target of the Under-20 is just to go out of the group stage. It's okay because it's a hard tournament. It's a hard tournament. Just to go outside of, just to go through to the knockout stages is an accomplishment of itself.
Asia.
Going to the final rounds is an accomplishment.
Going to the final round is an accomplishment of itself.
Stages.
Yeah, and you don't need the extra burden of targeting your players of playing in the World Cup, because obviously in the Asian level we're still struggling.
That's a reality check.
And even when we go past the group stage in I think it's the 2018 tournament, October 2018 tournament, we only got past the group stage because the tournament was held in Indonesia, in Jakarta at that time. So there's a lot of factors here that comes in play. At the end of the day, of course, it's disappointing. But if you hold the expectations about this group of players, I think there are some really fine individuals here that hopefully will be a part of the national team for years to come. Donitri, Marcel, Jens, Welber, of course, and a few other players. We need to give them credit for it. But targeting them to play at the Under-20 World Cup, I think, is just a step too far.
A step too far. But how do you see the team progressing under Indra Shafri after this tournament? As we've seen in the 3 matches, there's still a long way to go for this team to play. I think in the level of, maybe we're not talking about Iran or Uzbekistan or even Japan or Korea Republic, but in trying to play competitive against the likes of Iran and Japan Under-20, if we meet them again in a different situation, a different tournament, how do you think that this team will progress, and what does it need to do in terms of the coaching staff on what they have to do, and is the selection of players is correct in trying to implement what Coach Indra is trying to do on the pitch, or I don't know, where is the problem, the disconnect that we see on the pitch for the past 3 matches.
That's the key. What's disconnect? A nation like Iran, a nation like Uzbekistan, they have a blueprint. They have a style, or something that in senior, in youth, they have a silver lining
Of how to play.
how to play.
And what you think if Patrick Kluivert sees
like,
those 3 matches,
Iran,
will he switch on the TV or switch off
Iran
after 15 minutes?
with their youth football academy, they implement what Hoffenheim style, from very very grassroots to implement style until the senior. So they have even Japan have a silver line from Brazil. So that's something that lack of Indonesia football at the moment. We don't have, or maybe we don't show on the pitch what kind of style that we want to play with. If we want to play like laid back and sometimes we strike from the counter attack, or maybe we want to control the game, we want to possess the play, or whatever. We don't have that. Uzbekistan in senior, in youth, they have a similar style. Even Iran, I don't know, Yemen. That's something that differs us from those two nations. I hope with the new coach Patrick Kluivert, he will implement something or a style that will be implemented from the grassroots until the senior squad, because until that time we will talk like this and again and again and again. Preparation, lack of time of play, lack of the competition from youth development. It's going to be all over again. But if we have something that we can implement from the very young of age to the senior, that times we talk.
Okay.
He has to turn on the TV. It's his job.
For Patrick.
Yeah, I was answering your question, but I agree with him, by the way. Good one. That's a good one, by the way.
So what do you think about progressing for this young squad? Is Indra Shafri selecting the right players for the right pattern of play that he's trying to implement on the pitch, or was there a problem with selecting a few players maybe and not involve a couple of last minute players being ticked off from the squad?
No, I think he corrected. I think he selected the. I think
Timber.
Sorry. Why? Free handphone.
Sponsored.
This is why.
Sponsored by.
It is a live recording.
Anyways, no, I think he selected the correct players. I think sorry, that's a Fulham.
That's
why. Where's camera?
Fulham.
Oh, jeez.
Come on,
sorry, sidetrack.
Fulham. About our great young team, Indonesia under 20.
I thought they selected
right?
It is.
I know.
Wait till I see the background of this. Okay, anyways, selected the correct players. I don't think we gotta change it. These are the players that has, the correct minutes, that has experience playing in different competitions. As you said, some players have been doing good in the league, in the Indonesian league, although it's still the second tier league. They're still playing good. So there's a lot of components into selecting which players get selected. But again, it's that preparation. I strongly agree with what Ali said. There's that blueprint that needs to be developed. From the young age to the senior age. We even see it now in the senior team. There's a lot of young players in it, and maybe that's where the blueprint is starting. But now when you go under the senior team, for the under 20 level, we're seeing, quite, I think it's still a long shot, and it does look like a long shot in terms of how good we're going to be in the next couple of years. So, again, that blueprint needs to be developed, and I think we'll have a different conversation, like Aldi said, in due course.
Pak Erick Thohir has ambitions, and that target was pretty high. It was not achievable from the squad in performing in the Asia Cup in China. Will he be bothered with how the team is playing, the shape of the team playing on the pitch, with the formations, the tactical approach of the side. Because Pak Erick is like so detailed in preparing for the senior, the under 20s, under 23, whatever the tournament is, it has to be their very best, no matter who the opponents are. And the inferiority that he doesn't want to exist, I think it existed in that first game that we see against Iran, and then the second game as well. The players are not that confident coming into the pitch.
I think he'll gauge the team according to the performance levels in every game. I think it's not necessarily about the results, but the performance. But then we saw the results and the performance goes hand in hand in all the three of our group stages here. It's not like that we lost on the last minute on a fluke goal and everything. We were thoroughly beaten on the two games, and then the last one, I don't think we deserve to win, considering the way Yemen threatened our goals, threatened the way they created space, and the way we lacked that penetration in the final third. Questions has to be answered, and if Pak Marji said there will be an evaluation of Coach Indra after the game and after the tournament, and Coach Indra himself said that he was ready to accept whatever the consequences of this failure and in the Asian Cup, I think.
What, he's out? He's out? He's going
No, he's ready if the result of the evaluation is a change of leadership in the under-20 team. He's ready. He already stated that. So we will see. There will be evaluation also, because I think it's not necessarily because we failed to go to the World Cup, but on that 3 games, our performance are disappointing with the amount of time, money, and everything that was being spent on the preparation of this team. Maybe just don't bother with training camps in the future. Maybe just let them play at the national level, at our national league. Because I talked to Ganesha Putra, one of the co-founder of Philanesia, the youth development director when he was at Persija, and now he's at Persebaya, and he said that when the national team players of Persija, the young players from Persija, they got feedback from the coach STY coaching team back then, and the coaching team from Shin said that the young players, they need time to develop in the national league, in Liga 1. It's better for them to play in Liga 1 than to go playing in a youth category tournament, because playing with full professionals, playing with players 5-10 years of their age, it will make them a better player, stronger physically.
The experience, of course,
and the experience they gather from playing with the best players in our league, it will be very helpful, more helpful than releasing players to training camps. Training camps. Maybe
League 2, also League 2, also not just League 1, League 1, Liga 1, okay, but Liga 2, it's also good, because some of Iranian players play in the second tier of the league. But yes, I agree with Firzi. They need to play week in, week out, just because not experience or the mental issue, but also the muscle
mass,
the build of the players.
If the players play in, week out, it's not to be injured, not easily being injured, because they are match fit, not just just ready, and after the training camp we ready, we warming up and go to the game. No, if they play in these fixtures, and maybe 2 weeks from now they will play again, the muscle is going to be different. So I agree, the players need to play whatever the competition, but the not just one competition that held and then again whenever it is, but regular competition.
And regular competition, playing with other players in a competition where every week you play for 3 points. Every week you play for league position. There's pressure. If in training camp, you got this friendlies, you get this tryouts, but the
It's not
pressure
same.
is different.
Not the
It's
same.
not the same.
Not the same
Yeah.
at all.
And when the pressure comes, they need
Yep.
to step up, and
Yeah.
they can't because they didn't feel that pressure. So I think that's a bit important.
It's a learning curve for the young players of Indonesia. It's not the end. The experience gained from the two losses against Iran and Uzbekistan is priceless. In the games, it was so tough for the players to step up with the limelight on them, with the attention of the cameras, the pressure from the fans and the nation as well is never easy. So for all the Indonesian players after this tournament, there is a lot more to come from you guys. We hope that you can recover and perform better in the other tournaments. And for Indra Shafri and his coaching staff, an excellent coaching staff, you did well, but maybe it wasn't enough for the tournament.
wasn't enough,
And a lot of problems against Iran and Uzbekistan was unsolved. Hence, the outcome for the last match was also not very positive, although it was a point gain. But still, the potential of getting 3 points and getting into that first spot for the next qualifier, we didn't get it. So now maybe problems for the next tournament because
we're gonna be back at pot 4.
yeah, and then the potential of facing the likes of
The-
Korea Republic, Japan, Saudi, Iran again is going to be a problem for the next tournament. But we are always positive and always trying to give our best support for Pasukan Garuda in the age levels, in the senior side. So we are looking forward for the matches in March for our senior side against the likes of Australia and Bahrain, and potentially to get 6 points. It's massive. So good luck for Patrick Kluivert and his squad of excellent roster, and we are looking forward for all 6 points from those matches. So guys, thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
don't expect
for
less.
talking about football,
Likewise.
talking about Indra Safri, talking about Mo Salah,
Jude
talking
Bellingham.
about Jude Bellingham, and we will see you guys on our next episode next week. See y'all.